Hi guys, welcome. My name is Amy and this is yoga. For those of you just joining into this channel, we do focus mainly on vinyasa flow. Today, however, I think we're going to kind of change it up a little bit, keep it very much, I guess, sort of hatha today. Just as a disclaimer, I'm not feeling too great. Jenna might be making an appearance since we are doing this down here in her little territory slash little area where she has all of her boxes and stuff. So let's go ahead and get started by taking a nice comfortable seated cross-legged position towards the center of the mat. Shoulders down. Try to keep your spine as long as you possibly can. Palms down, fingertips gently wrapped around your knees. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Inhale and exhale. So just for a point of reference, one breath is one inhalation and one exhalation. And as per the usual, we will be timing our holds based on our breathing. For instance, I'll be giving you the cue to hold a certain posture for, let's say, 3 breaths. So that would be the length of time we would be staying in that posture, approximately. Inhale, allow your abdomen to expand. Exhale, draw your navel in. One more time, inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale, reach your arms up and hold your arms up there for a moment. See if you can start to look up slightly without forcing your neck. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can pull the arms further back. Try to take your arms by your ears and really pull and lengthen into your arms. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and release those arms down and let's come to all fours. Going right into our cat and cow. Inhale into cow, gentle back bend. And exhale, round through to cat. Tucking in the tailbone, chin towards your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to a neutral spine. And exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. Keep your hips as stable as you can. So for today, we're not going to draw the hips to the shoulder blade. Inhale, neutral. And exhale, turn to look over the left shoulder. So all the work is in your neck. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So this time, inhale to neutral. And exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder and hold here for 10 breaths. On your next inhalation, come to neutral and exhale. Look over the left shoulder. Again, holding for 10 breaths. Really focus on the hush of those exhalations. Inhale back to neutral. And as you exhale, pull your elbows back to your rib cage and lower halfway down. Hold here for 5 breaths. Inhale, press up, and exhale, take your hips to your heels. Coming into child's rest, either with arms extended forward or arms by your side. Nice deep breaths. Again for 10. We're going to hold for 10 breaths. Feeling the rise and fall of your back every time you inhale. Inhale, come to all fours. And exhale, curl your toes under. Knees and hips come up into downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, first of all, if you are experiencing what I'm experiencing this morning and you're having shoulder pain, instead, I want you to just stay in all fours. I'm going to do it with you just for the purposes of visual cueing. So from here, try to keep your spine nice and long. You do not have to have your legs fully extended. Try to press evenly through all 4 corners of your hands. Try to keep your fingers and toes spread wide and walk the dog. Inhale, hold. And exhale, take your knees to your mat and take your hips to your heels. Again, either with arms extended, or you could take your arms by your side, especially if you're having some shoulder pain for today. Everybody has those days, right? I have stories to tell you guys about what's been going on lately, but at the same time, I'm reticent to actually spill the beans. But there's been a lot going on, especially with our health. Yeah, lots going on with our health lately. So I will just say this. Yours truly is on some new medication to help with pain, but that medication is having side effects. So I will do what I can with you guys for today, and I apologize in advance if I start to get very chatty. Inhale, lift your shoulders over your hips like I was just now, for instance, and bring your arms up. Lift your hips up. See if you can look upward. And exhale, bring the hips down to the heels, and either keep your arms up and fold forward or arms by your side, returning to child's rest for about 5 breaths. Inhale, lift your shoulders over your hips, reach up and lift your hips all the way up to kneeling position. And exhale, sit back, either arms by your side or keep your arms up, and fold forward, returning to child's rest. One last last time. Inhale, shoulders over the hips, reach up, lift your hips, and exhale again, sit back into child's rest. Inhale, lift up, reach up, and this time as you exhale, bring your arms by your side and stay in your kneeling position. Shoulders over the hips, hips over the knees. So from here, inhale, reach forward, and exhale, lower the arms down. So I want you to get a feel for what it is like to keep the shoulders down, but at the same time create movement in your shoulders. So we're just doing some little forward arm extensions. Okay, one more time. Inhale and exhale carefully. Inhale, step the right leg forward as promised into a little bit of Hatha yoga for today. See if you can release the hips a little bit further forward. So we're just releasing into that psoas, releasing and prepping the hip flexors for the work ahead. Try to keep your arms by your side, chest open, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, return to kneeling. And so now we're going to turn to the side so that we can take those legs out to an extension. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and take your right leg over to the right and bring your toes up, flexing the foot, toes spread wide. Inhale, reach the left arm up, tip over to the right. See if you can look upward into your gate pose. So we're feeling that extension and expansion of the rib cage into that side waist. See if you can tip to the right a little more. Inhale. Exhale, release the left arm down and turn to the right. Inhale. Exhale and hinge forward. Breathe deeply. Inhale, walk your hands back in. Exhale, return to that kneeling position. Inhale, lengthen the left leg out to the left. Reach your right arm up and tip into gate. Again, feeling that deep expansion into the rib cage. Inhale, exhale, release the right arm down. Inhale, and exhale, hinge into that left leg. Inhale, walk your hands in, and exhale, return to kneeling. And go ahead and take your legs fairly wide. And from here, either sit back onto your heels, or if you can, sit between your legs. As long as you're not having any like real sharp pains in your knees, or as long as you haven't had like a recent surgery with your knees. Listen, again, I've said this before on this channel. If it hurts, don't do it. And that's a great rule to follow. They used to say things like, feel the burn. I'm not going to coach that for you guys. If it just really hurts, simply don't do it. So go ahead and inhale, lengthen the arms up as much as you can. And I want you to see if you can keep your tailbone into the mat. And see if you can tip your chin upwards. So now we're lengthening into the front of that neck, stimulating some energy and blood flow into the neck. I want you to visualize your hyoid bone, which is that bone that kind of goes over your neck, and it's right there at your thymus, your thyroid gland. I want you to see if you can kind of push that forward mentally. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Amazing air. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take your gaze forward. Carefully take your hands forward and inhale. Lift your hips up. Taking your time here. Cross your ankles and roll back. So from your seated cross-legged position, take your legs nice and wide. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can push your hands into the mat and adjust your hips forward. Sorry about that, you guys. The frog is paying my old throat a visit right now. Inhale and exhale. See if you can walk your hands forward. And there's a lot to be said for stimulating that part of the neck, but it's not always great if you have allergies. So that being said, I do apologize if you now are unable to clear your throat. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can hinge a little bit more further forward without rounding your back. So remember, whatever one part of your back does, the rest of your back will follow, and then it'll have an impact on your form with your legs, with your neck. So the more you can keep the shoulders down and your collarbone open, the more likely you will be to keep your back flat as you hinge forward. You should feel that deep pull into your hamstrings from here. So we're going to hold this for another 10 breaths. Inhale, walk your hands in, and exhale, take your fingertips around the back of your right leg, slide the right heel in. So you're bending the right knee only. Inhale, and exhale, take your hands forward, and then take your hands over to the right. Breathe. So you're trying to keep your right shoulder lined up with the right knee. Opening into that hip. Inhale, walk your hands in. Exhale, slide the right leg out. Inhale. Exhale, bring that left knee towards the left shoulder. Walk your hands forward and then take your hands over to the left. Breathing deeply. Inhale, carefully walk your hands in. Exhale, lengthen the left leg. Inhale. And exhale again. See if you can take your hands forward, and I want you to see if you can go a little further forward this time, while again keeping your back flat. Breathe deeply. Inhale, walk your hands in. Exhale, slide the right heel in again. Inhale. And this time as you exhale, you're going to take your hands forward and over to the right. And I want you to take your right hand around your right foot, breathing deeply. Inhale, walk your hands in. Exhale, slide the right leg back out. Inhale. Exhale, bring the left heel in. Inhale. And exhale, take your hands over to the left. And again, you're going to thread that left arm through and wrap your fingertips around that left foot. Breathing deeply. You should feel that opening into the hip. You should feel a little bit of an opening into your back. Inhale, walk your hands in, and exhale, slide that left foot out. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and exhale, slide your legs together and bring those heels in towards your hips. Now we're going to focus on our mermaid. Inhale, exhale, take the knees over to the right. Try to keep your knees stacked, one on top of the other. And from here, inhale, reach the right arm up. See if you can look up. Again, we're getting deep into that side waist, expanding the rib cage. Inhale. Exhale, release the right arm down. Inhale, take your knees to center. And exhale, take both knees over to the left. Again, try to keep the knees stacked. Inhale, reach the left arm up. 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, carve the left arm through to release. And inhale, take those knees back to center. Exhale, take the knees over to the right and come back to all fours. Inhale into cow. Exhale, round through to cat. Curl your toes under, knees and hips once again. Come back up to downward facing dog. And we're moving on with our vinyasa yoga element, which is walk the dog. Focus on working with your breathing. Inhale, lift one heel. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, hold. And as you exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Release the left knee down. Coming back to that lunge position. But this time, inhale, reach those arms up. See if you can look up. We're going to hold for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift your left knee, and exhale, step forward, coming into forward fold or Uttanasana. Relax the back of your neck. I want you to feel as though you're hanging forward loosely like a rag doll. Inhale. Exhale, returning to our vinyasa yoga element. Clasp your elbows, gently swing from side to side. Try to keep your knees stationary. So we're just moving through the waist. We're swinging from that lower waist. Inhale, hold to center. Exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, 1 vertebrae at a time. Reach your arms up, bring your palms together, and exhale, take your hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, release to forward fold. Inhale, step the right leg back. Exhale, right knee into the mat, and inhale, arms up to that low lunge, again holding for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift your right knee, and exhale, step back, returning to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, lower your knees to your mat, and return your hips to your heels into child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. And again, walk the dog. Inhale, hold. And exhale, step the left foot forward, right knee gently comes down to the mat. Inhale, arms come back up to that low lunge for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the right knee, and exhale, step forward. Returning to swinging Uttanasana, clasp the elbows and swing gently from side to side. Inhale, hold. Exhale, arms down. Inhale all the way up to standing. Reach up, palms together. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release forward. Inhale, take the left leg back. Exhale, left knee down. And inhale, arms come back up to low lunge for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the left knee, and exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, knees to mat, hips to heels, child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, come back to all fours, and exhale, lower the hips, coming into Cobra. So we have a couple of different options for Cobra for today. You could either be here, or if you would rather, you could take the elbows towards your rib cage and hold here instead. Just make sure you're bringing your shoulder blades together. And make sure that you are engaging your glutes to support that lower back. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale, lower your brow down. Inhale to all fours. Exhale to child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale to all fours and exhale. Once again, lower the hips, returning to Cobra for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, lower your brow. Inhale to all fours. And again, exhale to child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale to all fours and exhale back to cobra for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, lower your brow. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, child's rest once again for 5 breaths. Inhale to all fours and exhale, downward facing dog. So we're going to go through one round of sun salutations. Inhale, exhale, step your right foot forward, release the left knee down. Inhale, arms up to low lunge. Exhale, lower your arms. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the left knee. Exhale, step your left foot forward, returning to forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Reach up, palms together. Exhale, lower your hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release to forward fold. Inhale, step the right leg back. Release the right knee down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the right knee. And exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, lower your knees. Followed by your elbows, chest, and chin. And scoop through and inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower your brow. Inhale to all fours. And exhale to child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Release the right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower your arms down. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift your right knee, and exhale, step forward, returning to forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Reach up, palms together. And exhale, take your hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release to forward fold. Inhale, step the left leg back. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the left knee. And exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, knees, elbows, chest, then chin. Scoop through and inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower your brow down. Inhale all fours and exhale, child's rest for 5 breaths. Inhale, come back to all fours. And exhale, lower the hips and lower your brow. So we're coming into prone position. Go ahead and take your arms by your side. If this is bothering your nose, you find that your nose is really squishing into the mat, you could take one hand under your brow for a little extra support, or if you have like a yoga block, that would work really well here as well. Inhale, exhale. Now go ahead and take your hands to your lower side waist, just above the hips. Inhale, allow your back to expand. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale, feeling the expansion of your back. Exhale, one more time. Inhale and exhale. Arms by your side. On your next inhalation, lift your brow, lift your collarbone, lift your shoulders, and lift your arms up. If you'd like to take locust a little further, you could lift the legs. That's completely optional. And we're going to stay here for another 8 breaths. Engaging the glutes, engaging the shoulders. You're even engaging your triceps into the back of your upper arm. Inhale. Exhale, release your brow, release your arms. Inhale, hands next to your shoulders. Exhale, hips to heels. Returning to child's rest for 5 breaths. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale to all fours and exhale, lower to prone position, arms by your side. Inhale, lift your shoulders, lift your brow, lift your arms, and we have the option of lifting the legs. Hold for 10 breaths. If you would like to take this even further, we have the option of interlacing the fingers as well. One more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Let's lower the brow, release the arms. Inhale, hands next to your chest. Exhale, hips to heels. This time we're going to hold here for 10 breaths. Inhale to all fours and exhale, cross your ankles, roll back, or take your legs to the side and carefully sit back onto the mat. From here, inhale, exhale, slide your heels forward. So we're coming into our staff, arms by your side, lift up and through your shoulders. I want you to pretend as though there's a string attached to the crown of your head and it's pulling you upward. Inhale, exhale, slide the right heel in. Inhale, exhale, you're going to thread your right arm underneath your right leg. We have the option of taking the fingertips around the ball of the foot and pulling the right knee back. Inhale, exhale. If you would like to take this a little further, take the left heel in towards the right hip. Even further still means lengthening that right leg up. Try not to tip back as much as you possibly can here. I want you to try to pull your spine nice and long. Inhale, exhale, take your right ankle over your left leg. Inhale and exhale, walk your hands forward, releasing into that right hip. See if you can fold a little bit more deeply into your folded half lotus with every breath. Inhale, walk your hands in. And exhale, slide the heels out, returning to staff for 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale, go ahead and slide the left heel in and see if you can thread your left arm through and take your fingertips around the ball of your foot. Breathe deeply. And again, if you would like to take this a little further, you could bring the left heel in. Inhale, exhale, further still means lengthening that left leg up. Again, try not to round your back. This is one of those times when I remind you, do as I say, not as I do. I have ongoing issues with my piriformis. I have scoliosis. So any kind of movement where it requires the stretching of the hamstrings, not fun. So again, if it hurts, do not do it. Inhale, exhale, take the left ankle over the right leg. Too many years of me abusing myself with 20 classes per week. Inhale, exhale, walk your hands forward, and also 47 years old over here. Anyway, listen to your body, patience. Now again, see if you can take your hands further forward on each breath. I don't know if you guys just heard that on camera, but I just finally got my back to pop, and I've been working on that for over a week now. Huge relief. We're going to stay here for about 3 more breaths. Inhale, walk your hands in. And exhale, release that left leg. Let's go ahead and take the feet forward. Use the strength of your arms to bring your hips to the center of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, release all the way down. 1 vertebrae at a time. And let's go ahead and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. See if you can work out any kinks if you have them. See if you can get some stuff to pop in the good way. Always feels good when we can get stuff to pop in the good way, right? Inhale, bring your knees to center. And exhale, take both knees to or towards your chest. As close as you can get them to your chest without forcing that stretch. It should feel like you're just gently releasing into your low back. Try to keep your feet flexed. Toes spread wide. And normally I would be reserving twists for Friday, but I think for today, since we have done a lot of back bending, let's go ahead and extend those arms out and take the knees over to the left, excuse me, while I move my kitty cat scratch post out of the way and turn to look over the right shoulder as much as you can here without forcing it. Try to take nice deep breaths. I want you to see if you can keep the skin of your shoulders completely down into the mat. Inhale, exhale, take both knees back to center. Inhale, exhale, take both knees over to the right. Again, see if you can turn to look over your shoulder. Try to keep both shoulders completely down into the mat. Inhale, exhale, take your knees back to center, neutralizing your spine. Go ahead and slowly start to take the heels kind of halfway down, so we're coming to a nice true neutral spine. So we're not trying to tuck in the tailbone, we're not trying to flatten the lower back, we're also not trying to come into a back bend, we're just remaining neutral. And you'll know it if you can take your fingertips kind of slightly underneath your back without really forcing it. And you'll know that you're not coming to a back bend. Obviously, I'm sure you guys know what the back bends feel like, especially if you've been practicing yoga for very long. But it should kind of feel like you're pushing your navel up. Inhale, exhale, take your feet to the mat. And we're going to begin to come into our Shavasana. So let's start by sliding out the right heel, followed by the left heel. And slightly lower the arms kind of halfway down, palms up, chest is open, eyes are soft. And go ahead and begin to allow your eyes to drift closed. Start to release and let go of any remaining tension from your fingertips, traveling all the way down to your toes. Begin to let go of and silence any remaining strenuous thoughts. I want you to feel as though your mind is drifting towards the sky and your body is sinking deep within the earth. Let go and focus on your breathing. And just for the purposes of this video today, we are only going to hold here for a couple more breaths. If, however, you would like to remain in Shavasana for a more extended period of time, I certainly encourage you to do so. When you're ready, go ahead and slide in your right heel, followed by your left. Wiggling those fingers and toes. Take your arm by your ear and carefully roll over onto your side so that your arm is supporting your head and neck. Eyes remain closed. Begin to use the strength of your arms to come up to a seated position, allowing your eyes to drift open. And from here, either come to simple seated cross-legged, or if you would like to come to half lotus for today, you can as well. Palms are up, index finger to thumb, eyes are soft. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. Bring your palms together. And exhale, take your hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you guys once again for joining me. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop those down below in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe and make sure to hit that notification bell. Thanks again, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Peace.